Hello and welcome to Discovering Grayslake, unveiling the stories and people that make our town so unique. I'm your host, David Wool, and I'm thrilled to bring you this new podcast that explores fascinating stories and experiences of local business owners and community leaders, right here where we call home. Grayslake Rehabilitation Center is a community-based private practice physical therapy provider. Do you know they have 13 clinical providers with various levels of specialties, including orthopedics, sports, neurology, vestibular, geriatrics, pelvic floor, and aquatic? What? Did I just say they have a pool? Well, they do, and it's the largest indoor warm water pool in Lake County, featuring 2 underwater treadmills and swim currents, and recently added clinical treatment specialties, in layman's terms, shockwave. They have both radial and focus units that are the newest tool in regenerative medicine, available to everyone. They pride themselves on the most current and up-to-date specialized care to keep you moving. If you're looking for physical therapy, make sure to see our friends at Grayslake Rehabilitation.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Discovering Grayslake. We'd like to thank everybody for listening and tuning in today. I am recording once again from Agora. Agora is a co-working place on the corner of Center Street and Atkinson. I feel like I've said this before, but Luke over here is a really cool dude. It's a co-working space, so if you're looking for a place to get your business out of the house for a day, for a week, for a month, or even a lifetime home, these guys will help you out, so that's super cool. Hit these guys up if you need anything. I feel like when I have guests on, I haven't been stalking you, have I? You don't feel like you've been stalked?
No, not really.
Not really. Not yet. Karlien Lang, that's correct. Mm-hmm. Closet Traders.
Yeah, I'm here.
I love it. So I was so interested in your store for the longest time. I still am interested now that I lost interest.
Cool.
But from walking around town, it's a really cool thing to do. If you haven't been in, folks, you have to go. Your door is usually open during when it's nice.
Yep.
And walk in and check it out. It's really cool. Okay, so let's talk about how you got into Closet Traders, because you're not the originator. Is that correct?
I am not the founder of Closet Traders. Our founder was Melissa Kaniak, and she started Closet Traders in 2016 on Seymour. Right across from the Freeze, a little white brick building.
Oh, yes,
that is now Sarah Alwyn's salon.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow, okay, so it starts there in 16.
Yeah, and she stayed there for 3 years, but it was a really small space. Mm-hmm. And if you know Closet Traders, you know that we take advantage of every last inch we have. So she wanted to move to a bigger place, and we moved down to Seymour, where we are now.
Now, how did you know her?
I actually was part of a store that she purchased in that move.
Okay.
She purchased a store called Unique Indeed.
Something like that?
Something like that. Excuse me. You're testing my memory. And as part of that move, we combined stores, and I was lucky enough to be adopted by Melissa and Sharon.
Beautiful.
And just became part of the family.
Nice. So how long were you there, and then moving back over to, because is it still Seymour there? Because it curves around.
Yep.
Okay. Across from the village.
Yep. We're across from the village hall now, a little bit back from the Millennium Plaza.
Yes.
Where the fountain is, a really nice little spot to hang out when the weather's nice.
Yeah, you guys do have a cool place, right? And a lot of people don't like the train, but I like the train.
Oh, I love the train.
Yeah.
I love the train. And we've got lots of great parking, too.
Good. So when you're stuck at the train, you could just come over to the parking lot and go shopping at Closet
Traders. We have
Traders.
A lot of people that visit us for that reason.
I bet they do.
And I love it.
That's great. So moving over there.
Yes.
So 2016. So the whole concept. So let's before we talk more about.
Let's back up a little bit
and say what. Sometimes when I do podcasts, I miss the completely obvious things. What is Closet Traders?
So we have been on a journey from our founding to now. We are consignment now, where we take in a variety of things: women's, children's clothing and accessories, home decor, and giftable items.
What's a giftable item? Give me an idea.
anything you want to give as a gift.
Okay. I give strange gifts, though.
Sure. Well, you might find some cool, strange gifts at Closet Traders. But we are, really a wide variety of things, an eclectic combination.
Was the idea always to be a consignment shop?
So I don't want to get too far into the weeds, but
Sure.
in this business, there are stores that are buy outright, and there are stores that are consignment. Buy outright means that you're paid for your items up front by the store, and then the store has ownership of those items.
Gotcha.
That is how Melissa started Closet Traders. So our really early customers might remember that she would pay you in cash or store credit for your items, and then she would sell them. We do consignment now, which is different, where you as the consigner maintain ownership, but we as Closet Traders price your item and market your item and sell your item, and then when it sells, you receive a portion of the sale price.
Gotcha. Makes sense to me. And I saw a really cool quote that says over was it 1,000 different people?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
We have almost 1,000 consigners right now.
That's insane. So if I wanted to sell these microphones that we're talking on, I mean, these are vintage, really collectible items. But I could bring something like that in, and you guys can sell it in consignment?
I might, for these microphones, recommend you go to a professional that
not saying
knows
you're
a
not
little something about microphones.
Right.
But if you have some great purses, some jewelry,
Which I
some
do.
clothing, some children's items, some home decor.
Because you guys have a lot of different stuff.
Yeah,
right.
I do. We do.
Okay, so you sell stuff like that. The other thing that caught my eye walking in, one of the first things I saw, and excuse me if I get what the item was, but it was whether they were napkins or whatever, but it was art of Grayslake Water Tower, like local art.
Yeah. Well, that's the other great component of our consignment. So there's some people that are just part of the community, bring us the items that they have from their home. And then we also consign items that are handmade locally by artists. And that can be anything from the artwork that you saw printed on some, I believe you're talking about Irish Viking design.
Hey.
Our local artist, Sinead Karras.
I know Sinead. I didn't know that was her stuff. That's
she
so cool.
designs the image of the water tower and then has it printed on fabric and then turns that fabric into a decor item. So you might have seen a hoop that has the fabric stretched across it, and then you can hang that or do what you like
That's
with
really
it.
cool. So that's her. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody right now, go give Irish Viking a like on Facebook, Instagram.
Sure.
She's fantastic.
Yeah.
She's a lot of fun.
We're taking a quick break just to say hello because everybody knows Nano, and Nano knows real estate. And actually, I believe that's the name of her Instagram page. So if you're looking to buy a home, sell a home, or know somebody in the market for a home, contact Nano from Baird & Warner. She's a Grayslake girl helping out Grayslake people.
Okay, so other local local artists.
So it's just a really awesome way to keep things local as well, because our consignment comes from our community members as well as locally handmade items.
Okay, so when I see consignment shops like yours and the stuff that you're talking about, I watched some crazy documentary the other night about how many, from shoes, clothing, phones, all of these things that are wasted, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that there's a huge need for that we're constantly buying all this new stuff.
Sure.
It sounds like this is a way to kind of keep and not recycle. Is that the
Well,
right word?
it is. It's actually, I'll throw another term out there.
Yeah.
It's called the circular economy.
Oh, yes.
Where you are reusing, recycling, and repurposing things.
Okay.
Instead of adding them to the waste stream.
Right.
So we don't, I will say up front, we don't take 100% of the things that people want to consign with us. We do have pretty high standards, I would say. But it is an opportunity to find a new home for things that you are ready to part with.
Excellent. Okay, so let's say I don't want to deal with the whole consignment thing, and I have some just really cool stuff, but I want to get rid of it. I want to, donate it somewhere locally. We could bring it over and at least show it to you and see if you want to keep it, right?
Yeah, you can always donate things to us, too.
Right. Because I see a lot of that, whether they're estate sales or there's some really cool stuff that maybe they just don't sell on that, or maybe the family just doesn't want to deal with having to go through every that.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So how much of that, it sounds like, so financially, like the money stays in town then?
Oh, yeah, totally.
That's cool.
There's a cool statistic about small business in general where they say that if you spend $1 at a small business, 67 cents stays in your local community. And that's generally for small businesses. I'd like to think that because we are sourcing our inventory locally, we are keeping even more of that in Grayslake.
That's really interesting. And obviously, if you've listened to the show, that we preach all the time that we want to make sure that we shop locally. We keep things here. If you have a choice where to buy something, we buy it here in town. Right?
That'd be great.
That's the way that we like to do things. Okay, so what else are we missing that you actually do or sell there? Because I want to get back to your story, too, about how that you end up taking over everything.
Yeah. Well, Melissa had so many things she was passionate about. She was so passionate about the small business community and supporting women in the small business community. And she had projects that she wanted to move on to, and I saw so much potential in Closet Traders that I just had to step in and keep it going. And I'm still here.
Okay, and why don't we share with everybody a little of your background? Because I read your little bio and I read your background, and it didn't scream, I want to have a consignment shop in Grayslake.
No, it doesn't.
So what is your background?
I think it really does fit, though. I have a master's degree in biology with a background in environmental studies.
Okay.
So thinking about environmental impact is something that is really important to me, has always been really important to me. And then also, I love making people happy with cool things that I find.
Yeah.
So I'm going to combine those two.
Hey neighbors, this is Bill Mock with the Grayslake Chamber of Commerce. And if you're looking for a network of hard-working, customer-focused, and generally friendly local businesses who are dedicated to helping each other succeed, then I'd like to invite you to check out and consider joining our Grayslake Chamber. We offer our members so many ways to advance their businesses through social networking events, special event sponsorships, informative lunch and learns, and the ever-popular after-hours mixers. Come see why we say we're the new wave of business here in Lake County.
Nice. I think it's a really interesting because every time I've been greeted there with very friendly people, and it's got to be kind of cool to work there to see, because I'm sure you get all over the place, different kind of people that come in.
Oh yeah, no, the people are my favorite part about Closet Traders.
I bet.
Yeah.
And how do you get such cool employees, by the way?
Oh man, I don't know. I'm just lucky.
Okay, what's the young lady's name that runs your social media?
That's Kirsten.
That's Kirsten. Kirsten, shout out to you, honey, because I watch the TikToks and the Reels and everything, and she really does a good job.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Catching your attention.
She does, and she's a little bit wacky, which I like.
Yep.
Is that a good word for her? Wacky.
I'll ask her later what she thinks.
Actually, when I get my hate mail, when I open it up, I really enjoy what she does, though, and I think that making a lot of stupid videos that I do,
sure.
I love people on there that have some personality that are actually, yeah.
Oh, I love that she has taken that on for us, because it's not what I want to be doing.
Right.
Only because I think way too much about every single component of every single little thing. And she just does it, and it's great.
That's cool. So how many people work at Closet Traders then?
I have 2 ladies that come in during the summer, and then I have 4 people that work for me during the year.
Wow. Okay, so do you have like what people call, I used to love when people say, do you have a regular job, like the air quotes?
Oh, besides Closet Traders?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Good.
I do not.
I'm glad that you don't. That's good that you can spend your time there and you're able to do that, which is fantastic.
I don't have any other time.
Amen. I know it's the only thing we can't make more of, right?
Yep.
Okay, so now I want to jump back again too, because when we were talking before we hit record, we were talking about Melissa, and we're talking about how she had it for a while, and then you were able to take over, which is cool. Were you must have been super excited about that opportunity?
It was, yes, obviously. It was an amazing thing to be able to take over, but also terrifying. But I think that's what it is to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah, taking that leap, not being sure, right?
Yeah, but I see so much value in the community that we have at Closet Traders and our contribution to our community as a place for people to come, to get some money for their things, but also to reduce their environmental impact, and to feel safe and welcome.
Yes. And it's fun to do that, and it's a perfect, even though you're not right on Center Street, we have all these really like cool things when you venture off and do it. Like on a shopping day downtown, walking around, especially as the weather gets nicer, it's just a really fun place to stop by and browse. It's like treasures in there.
Sure. You never know what you're going to find.
You never know what you're going to find. You guys, and you said before about using your space wisely. I don't know how you do that because you have a lot of...
We have a lot of stuff.
Who organizes that?
That's mostly me.
Okay,
good job. Kirsten. We have a great software system. Everything gets tagged.
Okay.
With its owner and its price, and then I get to just play with it and arrange it however I'd like to make it look interesting and fun and like a cool place to explore.
Right. It's a cool place to stand too.
Oh yeah, I was thinking about telling you we've got some great places to stand.
Well, I think somewhere over there in Millennium Park, like the park there, maybe with Closet Traders as the backdrop,
sure,
could be good. But we don't want to give any of our secrets away.
My people.
Yeah, I'll have my people get in touch with your people for sure. The other thing that I wanted to talk about was very interesting too. That I want to talk about Visit Grayslake.
Yes.
Okay, so tell me, because it's on Facebook. Is it Instagram? Is it
Facebook and Instagram.
Okay.
And really, it was originally started by Melissa, again, as a way to support the small business community and create awareness around Grayslake small businesses. I'm actually not sure who runs it now.
Yeah, we want to find out. I want to find out.
They do a great job of sharing when you tag them, and I appreciate that very much.
See, I post so much stuff, and they do repost some of my stuff. So if you're listening, we want to know who you are. Because we don't know who runs it right now, right?
No.
It's the mysterious Grayslake sharing of business stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll find out who did it. But that's cool, and something with a story behind it of why someone would start that. That's the cool stuff, right? I think it's awesome. And I love it. Because obviously I'm a little bit of an advocate for Grayslake businesses.
Oh, definitely. Good. We need more of them.
I do dabble in that, yes.
Yes.
So now, how long have you lived in Grayslake?
I have been in Illinois for about 10 years.
Okay.
In Grayslake for I've been in Grayslake for about 10 years.
Okay. Isn't it funny when you actually start to think about time? And you're much younger than me.
Yeah.
So imagine as we get older, people say, well, how long have you done this? And I'll say, I've been doing this for 5 years. And I'll look back and I go, actually, it was like 13 because I have no concept of time.
Time
But how do you?
It's a silly thing.
So then tell me this: no matter how long you've been here, how does? I love to find out how people, because we have all of these great stories of how people have lived other places, they lived their lives, they were, different things. How do you end up and land in Grayslake?
Yeah,
to live here?
I was just really lucky.
Okay.
Because I married someone that grew up in Libertyville.
Okay.
And his family lived in Grayslake when we moved up here from grad school. And I just got lucky enough to land in Grayslake.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
Do you have kids here?
I do.
How many kids do you have?
I have 2.
2. Are they school age? Are they in the school system
they're
now?
kindergarten and 3rd grade.
Oh, God bless you. God bless you. I have a 2nd grader right now, but so right in the middle there.
Yeah.
And are they at our...
They're in public school.
Public schools, yeah. Our school system is very interesting. I was just, with all of the things that this town has to offer, like every event, like I've spent days of, I don't think there's a week that goes by that I don't get an email of asking if there's a way that we can help support, like this different event, whether it's dodgeball night, whether it's...
I actually
all of these
just
things.
Donated to the D46 barn raising.
The Barn Fest.
Barn Fest.
Awesome.
Yeah. Not barn raising.
Barn
They're not
raising.
actually building a barn.
They're not. But if they were, I'm sure that you'd be happy to help.
Yes.
But Barn Fest is cool. And I want to take this opportunity, too, to tell everybody, if you see the ads for Barn Fest, I think it's really important. It's a great way, because Barn Fest is to raise money to support the teachers. And because I've been to Barn Fest for years and years and years and years, most of the people that attend that are teachers. So it's like teachers giving their money to support the teachers, which I would love to see the community come and gather and come out to support those teachers.
Yeah, that would be fantastic.
I know we pay a shitload of taxes, even though we can't swear on here, but we pay all of these taxes, but that does not reflect teachers' pay and how hard they work and do everything. So it's a really good way to get back and support them. So as a business owner, I thank you, too, for supporting that.
Oh,
because
you're welcome.
That's cool. And you better be there. It's actually a really fun event.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know the date off the top of my head, otherwise I'd shout that out. But I'm sure we're going to be talking more about that in the near future. And talking about that, the one thing that I really enjoy about our town, that like you helping out and doing other things. Tell me some about other community events that you're involved in, or groups. Are you part of the chamber too?
I am part of the chamber. Yeah. We have the Shop and Swirl coming up soon.
Yes. Speaking of more events.
We're going to be a pouring location for the Shop and Swirl.
Nice.
Yes. We just love to participate in any of the events that are happening downtown that are asking for business participation.
Right. And, those are like clever ways to get people out to go shop, but also people that haven't been to Closet Traders to get people in there and check it out. Which is
we love
very
it.
Cool
we just had the Sip and Sweet wine walk that happened in November.
Yes.
That was fantastic. And then over the summer, of course, there's lots of events. This Saturday, actually, the St. Patrick's Day Parade is happening.
Oh, and I want to make sure that everybody knows we're recording this in March of 2025, so this will be here forever. So,
great.
Yes. So sometimes it's funny that I have conversations with people and I forget, oh, wait, we have this coming up this time. But it's our first St. Patrick's Day celebration.
It
so
is,
hopefully when people are listening to this, they're going to be like, and it was awesome.
It will be.
And let's see if we can tell the future, though. They're predicting a crazy windstorm on Saturday.
We'll see.
Right. So maybe I'll stay home and not drink that day.
That might be safer.
Right. If I'm going to tell the future, I don't think that's going to happen, though. So.
No.
Yeah.
Speaking of events, though,
yes.
In October of every year, we host an outdoor event in our large parking lot. And we've been doing it. Let's see, this year will be our 6th year of hosting the event in our parking lot. We call it our trunk sale and merchant market.
Okay.
And it's just another opportunity for community members to sell items. In that case, it is a one-day event where we offer spaces in our parking lot for either community members that have nicer items to resell or people that hand make their items can both rent space and then sell their items. We don't charge any additional fees beyond
That's really fun.
that first just like space rental.
Yeah.
And then we just put a whole bunch of fun stuff in the parking lot. One year we had Circus Kazoo, which was super fun.
Love them.
And then last year we had a face painter. We have added food trucks every year. It's been really fun. Oh, and of course, can't forget the live band.
Awesome.
Every year we have Mill Creek Jumble from Grayslake
Wonderful.
playing at our trunk sale and merchant market.
It sounds like a lot of fun. And it doesn't sound like you're excited about that at all. It sounds like that's cool. How long have you been doing that?
That this year will be the 6th.
The 6th year.
Yep.
Wow. And then you just have to pray for great weather that day.
Yes.
Right.
It's been pretty good so far.
Right. And it's October.
Yeah.
Let me know when that gets closer, and we will help get the word out of that, because that would be really, really fun. All right, so I have some other things I want to talk to you about, but at this point in the show, we like to stop and pause for 1 second, and we do something called the Grayslake Hot Seat, if you're familiar with that.
The Grayslake Hot Seat is brought to you by Joe Velez at JPV Financial. It's often said that those who fail to plan are planning to fail. Joe Velez and his team at JPV Financial create unique financial plans that address some of the most difficult challenges that people might face as they get older. No matter what stage of life you're in, having a proactive financial plan can help navigate some of the difficult decisions you'll face, helping you live your life by design, not default. Securities and investment advisory service offered through Osaic Wealth, Inc. Member FINRA SIPC. Now for the Grayslake Hot Seat. Hey, thanks, Joe.
Are you familiar with that? You're in trouble with me now. But good. I'm glad you're not prepared, so I love it.
Great.
So what we do is we like to find out a little bit more about you with some rapid-fire questions.
Oh, God.
She's terrified. And this is why I love my job. So I'm going to ask you some questions. Just answer. You can pass, I think. You won't be deducted points.
Oh, good.
Because I don't keep score.
Cool.
Right. But I hope that you score high on this.
Okay.
All right. So we're gonna. I'm gonna start with a couple easier ones for you. So some are serious, some are not. If your life was a story, in a book, what would the title be? I said I was starting easy. That's not easy. I'm sorry.
That is not easy at all.
You want me to come back to that?
Yeah, let's
first car you've ever had.
A Volvo S40.
Ooh, I'm a Volvo guy, so that
It was purple.
They don't make many purple Volvos.
I found one.
Wow, good for you. Good first car. All right. If we were to look, what was your last Google search?
How many days ago was 90 days?
What was the date? 90 days ago. Interesting. Last thing you purchased on Amazon?
I don't remember because I have been trying not to.
Good.
Yeah.
Because we shop local.
We do.
That's what we do.
Mm-hmm.
See, that was just a test.
Oh.
Wasn't a real question. you passed that one. Could you consider yourself a street smarts or book smarts?
Book.
Really? If you had to have a superpower, what would it be?
There's like the practical ones, and then there's the ones that are fun. I think I'm going to have to go with flying.
Flying?
Yeah.
Okay. When you meet someone, what is a trait that like impresses you? Like, how does somebody impress you when you meet them first?
That's hard to do.
It's hard to impress you.
Well, quickly. I mean, from a fast judgment.
Okay. That's the most honest answer I've had. But that's good because it takes a while because you're more of cautious. That takes some time to get to know you. All right, maybe by the end of the episode I'll ask you, and then we'll see. Tell me something that's on your bucket list that you'd love to do.
Oh, man.
Take money out of the equation, take anything out of the equation, anything that you could do.
I'd love to travel more with my kids.
Okay. You got a hard age to travel with, too.
Oh, I know.
And you can't spend too much money on it because they're not going to remember it quite yet, too.
And I work.
Right,
all
and you're
the
busy.
time.
You have these great people that work with you. You can take off anytime. We need to give her some time off. So tell me somewhere that you'd like to travel that you have not been.
I haven't been to Colorado.
Really?
Yeah.
I like that you stayed in the United States on that as well. Do you believe in ghosts?
Yeah.
You do? Do you have a hidden talent?
It depends what you define as talent.
Or hidden, for that matter. What would you say? Like, because obviously you have something in mind.
Well,
it's just like an interrogation. This isn't a hot seat.
The fact that I do such, I'm going to toot my own horn a little bit here. I feel that I do a really nice job displaying all of the random things that are brought to us at Closet Traders.
It can't be easy.
And that is a skill I did not know I had until it was presented to me as the owner of Closet Traders.
Interesting. Now for a really serious one. Have you ever eaten a roller dog from a gas station?
Nope.
Really? Do you see that in your future at all?
Not when Dog and Suds is open again.
Oh my gosh, I know. And hopefully sooner this airs that we'll be closer to going down and seeing our friends over there. 1 to 10, how good of a driver are you?
8.
Really? Did you play a sport in high school, or were you in a club or involved in anything like that?
I was in the French club for my friends, not for the French.
Right.
I actually rode crew in high school.
Really?
Yeah.
That's really cool. I've never had anybody tell me that.
I was also most improved on my crew team.
Well, my next one was going to say, have you ever won an award?
Well, there you go.
Do you still have that award?
It's probably in the closet at my dad's house in California.
I think that you should get that and put it up at your house somewhere.
Okay.
Because your kids are going to be like, what is this, Mom?
Mm-hmm.
And then you can brag about that.
Totally.
That'd be cool. When you eat tacos, do you tilt your head to the right or to the left?
What is that? Left.
That's my right to left. Favorite event in Grayslake to attend?
Oh, like an annual event?
Yeah.
Oh, well, the one that I can never miss is the Garden Club plant sale.
Really?
I might be giving away the best kept secret, but I guess I'm willing to do it.
Wow. And now you did it.
And now I did it.
Is that the one that is held in the parking lot across from where you're at, right?
Yep.
Okay. Why is it so great?
Because you can get a lot of really healthy, nice plants for very inexpensive prices.
From the Grayslake Garden Club.
Yes. And secondhand garden tools, wheelbarrows. I mean, it's based on what is available that year, obviously. But it's a good place to check out.
You are surprising me left and right, by the way, because those are not normal answers or anything that I would expect. So
well,
I
just
love that.
Last week I was thinking about how I have to put that on my calendar. So
yes, and I think now you gave it away, so now you're going to have to get there like right away.
It opens at 10, and I am usually there at 10.
Okay.
So.
Gotcha. I think I was around last year. I think we were doing a stupid video in town at the same time.
Oh, no, actually.
Farmers market was going on the same day, and they were closing up over there.
It opens much early. As soon as I said that, I realized it's before 10.
Okay.
It's earlier.
Well, let's just not tell anybody what time
we're going to make it a little bit of guesswork.
I think it's around noon, I think they open.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. So everybody show up around noon and shout out to the Grayslake Garden Club. That's fantastic. Fill in the blank. Bartender, can I have a
IPA?
Okay. Favorite place to eat in town with your family?
The Vine.
All right. What do you eat there? I always like to know people.
My old standby. I love the specials.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, they had tempura artichoke.
Saw that.
Tarts that were in this like lemon aioli that was amazing. But if they don't have that on special, the turkey burger with the berry jam is delicious.
I can tell you that you're very familiar with that. So, go-to karaoke song.
Oh, not.
No, you have to. Gun to your head, have to do a karaoke song. What are you singing? No?
What's the Grease song? One of the Grease songs.
Okay. So you're the one that I want, Grease Lightning,
one of
something
those.
like. Okay.
I could probably do one of those.
Awesome. Tell me about the second time that you were arrested.
That's going to be tomorrow.
See, this is a future telling podcast.
Yes.
We already talked about what St. Patrick's Day was going to be like. Plus, the St. Patrick's Day event would be a good place to be arrested.
Sure.
For the second time. That's not a first time thing. For sure. Thank you for being honest. If you had to write a book, what would it be about?
All the ways to spend your time.
Okay. Give me an example of something, a chapter that might be in that.
Things to do outside.
Okay. All right. I feel like that you are, you have this look and this smirk on your face that I want to know what you really want to say. See, I told you that after a while, hopefully you'd be comfortable enough you forget that you're being recorded and you divulge things that you may not do. But you're doing a very good job at not doing that. So, things to do outside. That would be okay.
It's really important to spend time outside.
Yes, and get grounded and be outside and teach our kids how to be outside.
Oh my gosh, I'm really looking forward to the warm weather. Gardening is one of my favorite.
Really? Do you have a garden at the house?
Yeah, I'm working on it. We moved there maybe a year and a half ago now.
Okay.
So I've only had so many seasons to dig in the ground.
Well, it's coming soon, so hopefully you can do that. All right, we're going to do, tell me something that you wish that you'd learned sooner in life.
People do not have it all figured out.
Really?
Yeah.
This is for sure.
The assumption that everyone else has it all figured out is bullshit.
Correct. And comparing things, and people act like they know a lot more than they do. I would say the comparison is the thief of joy.
Yes.
Right? Because people don't have it. Especially the cooler they act, they're usually not, right? What do we say? The art of being cool is not trying to be cool.
Yeah.
Right. Have you ever broken a bone?
Yep.
What's your middle name?
Karlien.
What's your first name? Ooh.
Allison.
Why don't you go by Allison?
It was just a fun little trick my parents wanted to play on me.
So you didn't.
For my entire life.
You didn't choose it.
I did not, no.
Really?
My dad went by his middle name because he was named after his father, and they didn't want to both go by the same name. So because he went by his middle name, he thought it would be fine for me to also go by my middle name.
Interesting. Huh. Okay, my grandfather went by his middle name. But then my middle name was his middle name, but he actually went by, it's funny how as the times go on, like what names are cool to have.
Oh, sure.
Just his first name he didn't think was cool, so he used his middle name, which is, now it's just funny how it goes like that. All right, well, thank you for participating in
You're
our
welcome.
hot seat questions. Okay, so as I was thinking that, you probably, when people come in with stuff, you've probably seen some interesting things.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
I want to talk a little about some items maybe that you've gotten that people would be like, wow.
Oh,
okay.
man. That means I have to remember them?
Well, hopefully,
right now?
hopefully they'll stand out enough that they would be interesting enough to remember. So give me one.
Oh, man. I don't know. There's a lot of, I find things to be really interesting. Well, okay, so I got actually at an estate sale in Grayslake, in the Heritage District a few years ago now. I found this little bear that was one of the original souvenirs from the Brookfield Zoo, and it said Chicago Brookfield Zoo, written in handwritten marker, or not marker because it was a little handmade souvenir. But
cool.
It said Brookfield Zoo, Chicago
Right.
on it. And it was just a little bear that was so cute.
That's awesome. Because, okay, so when you say... yes, hit me.
And at the same estate sale, there was a little salt and pepper shakers that were little wooden outhouses.
Looking for a place where there's always something happening? Welcome to the Grayslake Village Center. Whether you're planning a family outing, a date night, or a fun night out with friends, the Village Center has something for everyone, year-round. Enjoy a fantastic mix of restaurants, unique retail shops, and exciting events that bring the community together. And just steps away, you'll find Central and Gelatin Parks, home of the library, aquatic center, skate park, senior center, and numerous recreational opportunities. Whew, that's a mouthful. So if you're looking for something to do, come explore, dine, shop, and play right here in the heart of Grayslake. Find out more at grayslakevillagecenter.com. And go check them out on social media and give them a like, give them a follow.
And they were labeled with Grayslake, Illinois.
Stop it.
And I've sold those since.
Really?
I've sold all of these things since.
That's funny. My grandmother collected salt and pepper shakers, right? And some of the craziest things. But outhouse salt and pepper shakers that had Grayslake on
Yes.
them. You actually sold those?
I did. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I hung on to them for a while, and I did put a high price on them. That's kind of what I'll do with the things.
I hope you're listening, whoever has those, because I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
That is really cool. So when you get stuff like that, I'm sure when you have people bring stuff in that it would be hard. Not that I'm not calling you a hoarder, but sometimes it's hard.
I mean,
if the shoe fits.
Yeah.
But some stuff would be hard, right?
I like the saying, it's not hoarding if your stuff is cool.
All right. Now, do you have a T-shirt that says that?
I have a magnet.
You have a magnet?
Yeah.
Okay. I think Closet Traders should have a T-shirt with that on there.
Okay.
I think that would be awesome. It's
Okay,
just a recommendation.
We'll work on that.
We'll get that done. I get that done for you this weekend.
Thank
if
you.
Want. No, but that's cool. So it would be really hard to find like really cool stuff, and you don't want to sell it, right?
No, it's definitely been a process wanting to bring home all the cool stuff. But then it's also really, really cool to watch other people's faces light up when they find something that they really love.
Yeah.
And to have them be so excited about something that just happened to come through my door because somebody else didn't want it.
Sure.
Like, the level of coincidence that I enjoy is just fantastic.
I bet you that's really fun to watch because everybody has different things they collect or different hobbies or things they like. Like, I love Sasquatch, Bigfoot stuff. So when I find stuff, I'm truly excited to find something unique. And I'm sure that at consignment shops across the United States, there's probably treasures sitting out there just waiting to, right? But I'm sure it's kind of fun to watch people come in and really like that. What would you say what does your customer base look like? Not look like, I mean, like age-wise.
Yeah, well, I mean,
demographically.
Being a store for women's and children's clothing, I would say that our primary customers are women, but wide range of ages. We've had some younger kids starting to discover us, which is just great.
Oh, and a lot of people, all of this, like, thrifting and all these other things.
Yeah.
It's, like, cool. Like, 20-year-old, they go thrifting to find out what... I mean, I used to do it back in the day where we'd have to get $10 and we'd go to a thrift store and I'd pick out each other's outfits to wear for them.
And that's where, with consignment, we are curating the inventory that we have for you, and we are selling it for... we're providing a service for our consigners.
Which is great.
So... with that in mind, we don't have the price point of a thrift store.
Correct.
I would
And
say.
you have some cool stuff. Because
yeah.
a lot of people, otherwise, if it wasn't cool like that, they would be bringing it to a Goodwill and dropping it off because it's not going to sell for whatever.
Right.
Because you have some unique items and sure, or some higher quality things from all things. Be cool. If somebody's listening right now, is there something that you guys need more of in your store? Like, what could you say? Like, oh my gosh, if you have this, we would love to. She's laughing.
I need more time. We love just anything that is like new with tags is great for clothing, and larger sizes are great. I would say a lot of the clothing that comes in tends to be smaller sizes.
Interesting.
Most people have no idea what to do with their aging loved one who needs help. Well, there is a solution. A company that provides care and assistance to make your loved one feel right at home. At Right at Home, their mission statement is to improve the quality of life for those they serve. They offer extensive services: personal and companion care, safety supervision and transportation, fall prevention, dressing and bathing assistance, medical reminders, meal prep, hospice support, ambulation support, stroke recovery, Parkinson's support. The list goes on and on and on. If you have an aging loved one that needs help, call Right at Home. Most people prefer to age in their home rather than moving to an assisted living or nursing home. Right at Home can make this happen. Contact Right at Home at rightathomenlc.com or give them a call, 847-984-0103. Now back to the show.
They're the sizes that are grown out of.
Right. Well, I was going to
Perhaps.
say, are you trying to say that people aren't getting smaller, they're getting bigger?
I
can
am
only
a
speak-
really
I can only
big
speak for
advocate
myself.
of people wearing clothes that fit them,
Yes.
because there's so much that you can let go of
Right.
when your clothes fit and you're comfortable.
Absolutely.
So people ask me things like, am I too old for this? Or is this too young for me? And my response is, how does it make you feel?
Right.
And does
I
it
love
bring
that.
you joy? Does it make you feel good in what you're wearing?
Absolutely.
Because that's the kind of stuff you want to add to your closet.
Right. I love that. And it's funny that because I'm such a fashion guy, that I love when you have comfortable things to wear because it makes you feel good too.
Mm-hmm.
And what I always tell people is I would ask you, do I make the shirt look fat?
We don't like that kind of
I know.
language.
I'm just kidding. I know it'd be totally opposite against of what you're saying. But I love that you are in a service thing and you enjoy people being happy walking in to find things in your store and to find a new home for them, right? To take home, which is very cool.
Yeah.
What are we forgetting to talk about with Closet Traders?
I don't know.
I always think there's always these things that when we get done, and I always press okay, we end episode, and I hit it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, we totally forgot to tell people, because I always try to think of the obvious things, or what are the most common. One of my favorite questions to ask business owners too is what are the most common questions you guys get, whether it's on the phone or somebody walking through the door? What are some of those most common questions that we can answer for everybody?
Well, I think our biggest question is, what is consignment, and how does consignment work? But I think we've already
talked about
reviewed that a bit. We do actually, one kind of unique thing for our store is that we do offer a slightly higher payout for people that are spending their consignment credit in the store as store credit. So if you have consignment credit from selling items, you can either take it as cash and receive 40% of the sale price of the item, or you can spend it on other items for sale in the store and receive 50% of the sale price of the item.
I like that.
Yeah.
Smart too. I like it, and it keeps. I think it's fun because it seems like your inventory of what you have probably is constantly changing,
Yeah,
right?
Totally.
Okay, so you probably have some customers that come in all the time, and I'm sure with how you organize everything, that after a while you kind of have to shift things up with either new items you get or just to keep it fresh for a shopping experience for regulars.
Keeping the displays new and fresh is really important for us.
Yeah.
And I mean, I might give away a few secrets, but a lot of times it is the same stuff that's moved around in a new way, but it looks different.
Yes.
And it looks fresh, and something is in a different spot, so it might catch your eye when it didn't before.
Right. Exactly. I love that. It's smart to do. You guys have there's one thing I've almost bought like 10 times in there. There's like Grayslake hat in there somewhere that I want. I'm like, okay, because I have like 9 million hats.
I'm going to give you a Grayslake hat.
I can come and take it, but it'd be fun to wear.
I actually designed those.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did.
They're very cool, and I'm kind of a hat snob.
Okay.
But I think that I'm not going to wear it in Grayslake. I think I'll only wear it when I travel around other places so I can support our town there too.
Okay.
Right? But if you want me to, I mean,
I want you to do what makes you
We'll
happy.
see how comfortable it is and what kind of joy it is. I'm growing my hair out for a year, so we might have to see where.
Well, and this hat looks quite worn in.
This is yes. It's some call it vintage.
Sure.
Or like 6 months old, and I've worn it every single day because I don't have a bald spot at all. That's why I hang out with people shorter than me. Okay. That's a secret that I'll let everybody know.
Okay.
Just hang out with shorter people if you have anything like that. I really love what you're doing, and I love your enthusiasm, and I love the Melissa story because I think it's really cool that stories that have history, stories that are based and ground upon community and bringing people together and done for good reasons, right? Yeah. And you taking the leap of faith to take everything over, and this is your life. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine doing anything else.
That's
so
awesome.
I'm really happy I landed here.
I'm happy you did too.
Yeah.
So Grayslake, wherever you're at, make sure that you get in and say hello. If you haven't been to Closet Traders, you just have to go. Like, it was on our list of things to do, like walk around town. Like, so if you're listening to this episode, remember right now what I'm saying. When you're walking around town, you should stop by Closet Traders and say hi. And I love that you guys it's very clear if you're open or not, because usually you guys have like a sign that's more out and past your door.
Yep.
So if you walk by, you can tell if you're open. But tell everybody like normal hours. Like, what is a normal?
We actually just extended our weekday hours. So now we are open 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Okay. And 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturdays.
Awesome.
Closed on Sundays.
That's good.
Yeah.
You can take a day off. You can go relax.
Thank you. Yes.
Thank you. So if I know that you guys, because I follow you on Facebook under Closet Traders, it's just Closet Traders, right? On Instagram, Closet Traders, and TikTok.
Yeah.
Yes, which every time it pops up, I don't know what I'm getting into by watching it. And sometimes I don't know what I'm watching until I have to look down in the left corner to be like, oh, this is a Closet Traders video. Because it's very fun. They're very fun. I want to come in and I want to be. That is my goal. I want to come in and I want to be in a Closet Traders TikTok. Can we make that happen?
I think we can definitely make that happen. Kirsten, if you're listening.
Yes, she better be listening. Like, share, and follow. Come on. You know what you're doing over there. But no, I appreciate it. So, Grayslake, make sure to go and make sure that we follow on all of those, because shopping local and also doing that helps all our, as we know, all our algorithms, and make comments and share this post around and make sure that people get to know more about everything. So
that'd be wonderful.
All right. Well, thank you very much for coming in.
And thank you.
I appreciate you. Wherever you guys are listening, do me a favor, whether you're on Apple, whether you're on Spotify, whether you're on YouTube, iHeartRadio, or wherever. I like the people that listen on platforms I don't even know exist. But do me a favor and subscribe. That way we make sure that every week you are going to get an alert of a new person or public figure or business in town that we can learn more about. I really do believe, obviously, because I've done this 120 times, that listening to people in our community and getting to know people in our community really helps bring everybody together. You might find little things that you like, and I like when people shop at stores because maybe they heard your story or something that draws them to it, and we need everybody to shop local. And I know it's a mouthful, so at the end of every episode, I try to make sure that you guys remember, no matter, you don't know what our friends or family or anybody are ever going through. So people could be having a really, really bad day today, or they could be going through something horrible. So do me a favor. Get out and do 1, 2 different random acts of kindness, whether that's opening a door, being nice to the gas station clerk, it doesn't matter, or just helping somebody with anything. Even a smile works. So kindness spreads like wildfire, so do it, okay? So thank you very much again for being here, hon. And Grayslake, we will see you next Tuesday.